Darren is asking, who is the best new youngster? Wang Chuqin, Lin Yunju, or Harimoto? Or is there another youngster coming? We don't know. I don't know another one. I mean, Truls Moregard from Europe, I haven't played him so far. So you practiced with him a few times, so what about him?
I practiced with him the previous time I've been in Sweden, and yeah, he have a very interesting, unique game, like really different than an average player from Europe, I would say. He reminds me a little bit of the style which Jan-Ove Waldner played. Of course, it's a huge way to go, but he have a lot of creativity, and maybe that's something they have in common. He can surprise you with many really strong shots, but his game is not that stable, far not that stable yet, comparing to Harimoto, Lin Junju, or Wang Chuqin.
Okay. I have the feeling he has this same flat forehand with not so much rotation, which is even more difficult to block than a topspin with a lot of or heavy topspin. So it seems like
and I believe if he can get really stable, so keep up his best possible performance permanently, I believe he can have a bright future. But yeah, it takes a lot of hard work, I believe, to get consistency in your game.
Yeah, for me, I really like the style of Lin Yunju. I mean, he's also so creative, and I have the feeling it's so fluid, his game. It's not that powerful and like workmanship from Harimoto. You can feel he's just working hard for becoming better, and I mean, he's really unbelievable good, but Lin Yunju is the bigger talent for sure.
Yeah, I agree on that. I think his game is extremely effortless. He reads the way in a unique way, like he knows when to step around or when not to step around. And I remember you told me when you played with him that he did things which maybe even didn't make sense but worked out. So I believe he's a smart player, And yeah, I'm glad he's actually joining my team in Russia next year in Orenburg. So we'll see what I can learn from such a youngster, and so I can keep up my game on the highest level.
Yeah, he's a great player. I mean, Wang Chuqin, I played him once, and yeah, he's a strong lefty and big forehand, and yeah, he's good too. I mean, all of them, they have bright future.
For sure. I think Wang Chuqin, he wasn't so stable for a long time, even though he was playing on international events, plenty of them. But suddenly, the past 12 months, he do really strong results, and I feel he really catched up with basically the best Chinese players. And yeah, his strokes are extremely powerful. One of the most powerful strokes, both sides, I know of a player. So he is definitely good too, and yeah.
What is really curious is, as you played also many times in the Chinese league, we knew these guys quite early when they didn't show up already in the international scene, but we have seen them in the Chinese league, and they played already so strong, and then they showed up in international tournaments and they lost in qualification rounds, and that's really strange. I don't know if they are stressed or what's happening there, but from the level what they can play, they are already very good. And I have always the feeling when I saw them in the Chinese league, they can win tournaments already.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Also, like Liang Qinkun, he played one of the best scores in the Chinese Super League for years. Yeah. And he couldn't win. He could never reach a quarterfinal at any event, and mostly lost in qualification. Is something until today I really can't understand. If you're such high level, why they couldn't bring it. But I mean, it takes time, but I mean, they're coming there. Most players are coming there.
Most of them, they finally reached the high level, also internationally.
True. Yeah, maybe a last word about Harimoto. He's maybe not as talented or effortless as Lin Junju or as powerful as Wang Chuqin, but I believe his mental will to really become big or become world champion, I think his mental part is probably the strongest of all three. He is really determined, and that also is a very strong skill.